Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. Today I've got a pretty fun story for you guys. I'm sure if you follow Second Amendment news, gun community stories, you've probably heard of this story. I kind of couldn't wait to bring this to you this weekend. This is about the Texas couple who received a case full of fully automatic M16s. They thought that they were just buying gun cases to resell on eBay and ended up with a bunch of machine guns, which, Jesus, I've seen what you've done for other people. Why can't these kinds of things happen for me? But anyway, before we get started on the video, I want to thank everyone that's subscribed to the channel. I believe that we will hit 1,000 subscribers this week. I think we're at 950 as I'm recording this video. So very excited about that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. So this is a very short article, but it's an interesting story. So I'm excited to bring this to you guys today. And I'd like to get your take on it when the video is done. I'm going to ask a question that I have a hard time answering for myself, but I want to see what you guys think about it. So anyway, the article is titled, Texas Couple Shocked to Receive Small Armory of M16s. A couple in Texas was shocked when they received a small armory of M16 fully automatic assault rifles after buying gun storage cases online. And this is the one time where the term assault rifle is used correctly. None of these AR-15s behind me are assault rifles. None of them are fully automatic. They're not select fire weapons. So when the media uses the term assault rifle to try to, invoke an emotional response in people that is negative towards these kind of firearms, what they are really talking about are these kind of firearms, fully automatic M16s, M4s, things like that. Those are actually assault rifles, but what most of us law-abiding gun owners own, these are not assault rifles. Just wanted to point that out. The Houston couple, whose identities have not been released, said they believed that they were purchasing roughly 100 storage cases for guns via a resell on eBay, according to a report. It's just a case. Anybody can buy it online, one member of the couple said. However, when one of the cases was opened, the pair found at least 12 fully automatic M16s. Christmas came early. The M16 is strictly designed to be used by the military, the report noted. Although, if you have the means, you can buy a pre-86 M16. You have to go through a lot of paperwork and background checks and the whole thing. And they're very expensive because supply and demand and post-86 samples, you can't get your hands on in that way unless you're an SOT. But you can buy an M16 if you can afford a $30,000, $50,000 rifle. The couple reported the find to the authorities. And that's going to be the question I want to ask you guys. Officials from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the ATF, arrived and took control of the case and received a search warrant for a storage unit with at least 99 more, according to the report. You're talking about at least 99 more. These are just boxes. But, of course, they want to see if more of these cases are full of machine guns. Now, this is kind of a case of no good deed goes unpunished, am I right? So these guys did the right thing and reported the fact that they had received a bunch of M16s. And for that, they got a search warrant. The ATF got a search warrant and went through all their stuff. Pretty cool, huh? It's almost surreal to believe something like that can happen nowadays. It's incredible, retired Houston police captain and former Marine Greg Freeman said. It's unbelievable to think that weapons of that grade, military grade weapons, dumbest term ever. Whatever. would be shipped in containers, would be shipped across state lines, and somebody have access to that. It's pretty shocking. The ATF is partnering with the FBI to investigate the situation further. For these boxes to have M16s in them and being shipped to a public destination, not only is it shocking, it's a federal crime, Freeman said. And technically that is true if someone did it on purpose. But since it seems like this couple had no idea these were coming, it wasn't like someone was committing a crime by shipping them M16s. It seems like it was a mistake to me. Whoever was selling these cases probably didn't know that one of them was not empty. And I want to know what you guys would do, because I have a hard time knowing maybe what I would do in such a circumstance. If I bought a bunch of military surplus gun cases to resell online, and I opened one of them up and it was full of fully automatic select fire M16s, would I call the ATF, the FBI, and let them know that I was in possession of a bunch of machine guns that I am not legally entitled to be in possession of? Would you? You know, I'm sure that a lot of you, like me, would think, man, like this would be a pretty sweet deal to find yourself in possession of at least a dozen M16s. Like, all your good friends would have an M16 for Christmas. But would the paranoia be worth it? How would you feel if you didn't turn them in, knowing that you had all these machine guns and not being sure if anyone else knew you were in possession of them or not? You know, what if it said FBI and ATF honeypot or something like that? And I'm just kind of thinking out of the box here, because it doesn't seem like that is what happened here. And probably if they hadn't called to turn these in, maybe nobody would have ever known about it. But maybe somebody would. And you're risking major federal felonies by holding on to these things. So is that something you guys would do? Would you call and turn them in and get a search warrant on you and get all your stuff raided and search through all your personal property for having done nothing wrong yourself? Or would you not say a word and be the proud new owner of a dozen fully automatic rifles? I just want to know what you guys would do. I'm still not sure what I would do. This kind of thing hasn't happened to me, so I don't have to worry about making that choice, as I'm sure most of you probably don't either. But I just would like to know what you guys think. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know if you would call and turn these things in, or if you would just keep your mouth shut and keep a bunch of M16s. Now think about every time you took one out to the range. You would be looking behind your back. You would be making sure nobody was around when you switched it to that third position and mag dumped in full auto. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I'm not sure you'd be able to enjoy it the way that you think you would. Now, of course, you know, you can go out on BLM land. That's where I go shooting. I don't go to a public range. I go to a place where, you know, nobody's watching. It is known as a place to shoot. And, you know, occasionally I do find other people shooting out there. It's kind of set up for that. But, you know, a lot of people, they go out into the desert, they go out into the woods, wherever they live, and they go shooting. And, you know, maybe you could get away with shooting full auto without any problems. Maybe you couldn't. Maybe you'd have to be really worried about it. I don't know. But if this gun was fully automatic, I mean, that's a fun day. Although, I have learned, like just by shooting with the binary trigger on this, that after a while, really fast rates of fire. They're fun, they're exciting, but as you get better at shooting, it's more fun to get rounds on target, you know? And when you're firing at a very fast rate of fire, you're not as accurate. So, you know, even the military, the guys that I know that are in the military, my roommate was in the military, very rarely, he said, did they ever actually use that third position. But anyway, please let me know what you guys would do. I would love to hear your responses. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers and I'm really working hard at growing this channel. Please leave me a like. All these kinds of things help the algorithm. Share this video with anyone that you know that may enjoy this type of content. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.